Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sacred Circle to celebrate the Codex Decrees of Command. And as you know, today is a spiritual portal, and you've arrived for a divine reason. We are here to gather, to awaken, to remember, and to activate our sovereignty through the living frequencies of the book. And so I want you to know this is actually a liberation ceremony. And as a publisher at Radhaa Publishing House, we chose the 4th of July because this day is all about liberation and it holds a massive collective energy around freedom and sovereignty and resistance against tyranny. But beyond nationalism and politics, the 4th of July is a spiritual marker, and it's a portal of reclaiming our souls from false grids, control systems, spiritual slavery that many of us have endured lifetime after lifetime. So, for me personally, this book is sacred because I have been in severe spiritual warfare my entire life. And particularly this last decade has brought relentless attacks, betrayals, and attempts to silence or siphon my light. So these decrees have helped me to not just survive, but to thrive, to reclaim and restore myself when nothing else was working. And so please be reassured that this book is for anyone that's been targeted for their light, who's been through betrayals, narcissistic abuse, who felt stuck in loops that they didn't consent to, felt erased, exiled, or energetically imprisoned. We are here to break those spells. So I'd like to introduce you to Maya the Shaman. She is a Lemurian oracle priestess, a medicine woman, and multi-dimensional healer. She's the original creator of Lemurian Code Healing and Infinite Cosmic Records, two modalities that activate deep soul remembrance, ancestral clearing, and multi-dimensional soul healing. Maya was born into a Lemurian lineage of Filipino shamans, dedicated to dedicated her life to guiding others through soul retrieval, karmic release, and spiritual sovereignty. And her work has been featured in global documentaries such as The Cure, Guns, Bombs, and War, A Love Story, and her presence is a transmission herself. So welcome, Maya.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here and making this work for us so that we can have the decree of commands take place in our world. And so I would like to start with having to call the four directions. First of all, let's clear the air
Mhm.
and for the creator's energy here and all our spiritual guides. Let us be inclusive and feel that positive energy within us and outside us. Thank you. So we begin the sacred gathering by honoring the four sacred directions. These are the guardians of the earth, the spirit, and the cosmic balance. From the east, these are the winds of illumination. We welcome the rising sun, the breath of new life, the clarity of the divine mind. Spirits of the East, awaken our remembrance. Let your golden light cleanse the mental field of distortion. Bring clarity, wisdom, and divine truth to every word spoken here today. The flame of transformation in the South. We welcome the sacred fire, the pulse of creation, the radiant force of our inner child. Spirits of the South, ignite our passion, creativity, and soul purpose. Burn away all that no longer serves. Let the fire cleanse trauma, pain, and ancestral weight. In the West, the waters of healing and release. We welcome the great setting sun, the deep ocean womb of our ancestors. The spirits of the West wash away old programs, forgotten sorrows, and illusions of separation. Let the sacred waters renew us and clear all lingering grief or stagnation. In the North, the wisdom of the elders and the guardians. We welcome the crystalline snow, the sacred mountains, the silence of knowing. Spirits of the North, anchor our bones in divine remembrance. Protect us with your ancient wisdom and shield us in cosmic law. Above all, we call upon Creator, the infinite source of all. Below us, we honor Pachamama, our Earth Mother and Keeper of Memory. Within us, we ignite the living flame of the soul, sovereign and eternal. So it is, so it is, so it is. Now we call upon the Seraphim Guardians decree for sacred space and protection. By the authority of the eternal source, we now sanctify this gathering as a holy convergence point for divine remembrance, healing, and spiritual reclamation. We call forth the seraphim of solar fire, the angels of the four winds, and the guardians of Creator's law, to form and shield the perimeters around this entire field. We command that all entities, implants, parasites, watchers, siphons, and psychic projections are removed and dissolved in full. All cords of envy, malice, jealousy, mimicry, and infiltration be burned at the root. All portals used by unseen forces to enter this gathering be now sealed and guarded permanently. We cast this sacred decree across all levels: physical, astral, digital, ancestral, dimensional, holographic. Any being, human or non human, joining this space with impure motives, extraction based intent, siphoning cords, or hidden sabotage. You are now seen, you are now unmasked, you are now removed. You are now summoned to Creator's court. The black flame of Creator's truth now sweeps through this space. All impostors, infiltrators, and illusionists are erased, deleted, and returned to source of light for transmutation. Let only those with pure heart, a clear soul, and a rightful alignment to this gathering remain. We anoint every guest with the light of truth and seal them in divine clarity. All who attend in love will be blessed. All who attend in distortion will be blocked. This Zoom room is now a portal of truth, a temple of remembrance, a field of divine justice. So anchor, lock, and seal. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so be it. And by the authority of eternal Creator, we now open this space as a sanctified field of truth, love, and remembrance. We call upon the seraphim of pure flame, the thrones of divine justice, and the angels of radiant sovereignty to protect this gathering across all timelines, digital realms, and dimensions. We declare this Zoom room is sovereign, this space is sacred, this event is sealed in divine light. Any beings who come in darkness, envy, deception, or siphoning intent are now seen, are now blocked, are now removed, seen or unseen. We command all curses collapse, all watchers vanish, all entities dissolve. Let only love remain. Let only the truth speak. Let only source light preside. Anchor, lock, and seal. Anchor, lock, and seal. So be it. Let it be done.
Mm. Thank you for that. I felt a big clearing there. I think that's always important to do when you're doing a Zoom room. So I just want to introduce Maya again, and then just we're going to ask questions about the decrees because we want all of you to be really empowered in using this. The decrees are really unique because you get to do them, in the privacy of your own home when you want. And Maya's going to read a couple of very powerful decrees at the end, so stay tuned. So, Maya, can you just tell us a little bit about decrees of command and why it's important? How come
Mhm.
where did this come from?
Well, the decree has been used by indigenous lineages from ancient times. And this has been forgotten. So we're bringing this back to light. And as a matter of fact, I just want to just bring forth the Lemurians carried living decrees deep within the chambers of thought, speaking them in silence alone. And guided by these unseen commands, they go into their hidden portals beyond mortal sight. And this is to guard the sanctuaries where the sacred dwellings of the higher realms could be protected, because they would like to keep the flame of their sacred purpose
Mhm.
right here, right now, up to this moment in time. So then the Native American Indians tradition, particularly amongst the Navajo and the Lakota, which is really incredible, and other Native American Indians tradition, spoken prayers are treated as vibration woven in the fabric of the world. And the Navajo blessing way ceremonies are living decrees. They're uttered to restore balance, beauty, harmony, and whatever blessings they'd like to give to the people.
Mhm.
Then in the African cosmologies, especially among the Yoruba, words are breath of God. The concept of Ase is not merely a word, it's a metaphysical force. So the word Babalawo or priestess speaks of decree. It is backed by Ase, the cosmic energy of divine enforcement. Then in the Aboriginal Australian Dreamtimes tradition, songlines act as a multidimensional maps. These are not just songs, they are decrees uphold in memory of the land, movement of the ancestors, and the order of the cosmos. And they sing with the earth, and the decrees continue to maintain them and that and everything else around. And in the Polynesian lineage, they use decrees as protection. They bless the voyagers. They call the winds and break curses. A sacred degree could part the storm or anchor a soul back into the body. Then in Mongolia, they have these throat singing shamans that would decree into the winds, summoning spirit allies and releasing sickness, and then commanding soul parts back into the void. So in India also, the ascended masters use decrees of commands. So in all this, we see that we have forgotten to use decrees, and this time we would like to bring it back online. Thank you, Radha.
Mhm. What, like, why are decrees important and how can they help free people who may be stuck spiritually, energetically, you know, in so many different ways? Like, why is the decree so powerful and efficient?
Okay, first of all, we'd like to know what is a decree. A decree is a sovereign command across dimensions. It is a core decree of spiritual technology of command, a declaration issued from the throne of the higher self, and it's encoded in divine authority, vibrational accuracy, and metaphysical jurisdiction. It is not a wish, and it is not a plea. It is not also a positive thinking, because a decree is a sole directive backed by source law. So that's what the decree is. It's backed by the source of all that is, the highest truth. And so the power of decree comes in many forms, and it does shape reality. And it is pliable, malleable, electric, and alive. It really responds to the vibrational commands we emit. So we have to be conscious when we do decrees. When we do conscious decree, everything changes. And you begin to collapse fault timelines designed to siphon your light, which is really important for each and every one of us. It anchors your highest soul codes into your daily experience. So whatever you're doing every day, if you already started with a decree first thing in the morning as a part of your meditation,
Mm.
it awakens the good energy of your entire day. And whatever is coming your way would be easier for you to handle because it commands the quantum resources you need also to
Mm.
restore your expansion. And it also rescind all contracts, whatever contracts you have that you don't even know in your lifetime, in the past or present. If you have been tricked, if you have experienced curses, bindings, or implants, it rescinds it. So that means it deletes all these things. It also forged a luminous path forward where none seemed possible before. That means miracles can happen and you become the architect of your own reality, which is so beautiful. And when we speak about the web of life, it reweaves itself into a response that you redirect through the decrees of commands. And it also gets rid of illusions because we are covered constantly with illusions in this world. And so what it does is that it resurrects the divine order. And it is not a magic by superstition. It is a magic by nature. It is your birthright and it's your original design. Basically, you would like to bring back your original template into your body, mind, and spirit.
Beautiful. Should we read I think we had a request. Not everybody could make it because it's 4th of July, so we're very happy to share this replay, but we had a request in the messages to do one about narcissistic abuse. Um, would you like me to read that one?
If you have that, please do.
Okay,
Mhm.
let me open that up. Okay, this is actually called Narcissist Betrayal Decree. This is a judgment decree for narcissist betrayal, a sacred command for energetic liberation, soul contract termination, and creator's court enforcement against all narcissistic abusers. So let's just take a deep breath. And within the heart of the creator, I stand, guarded by the seraphim of pure light, wings of truth, blades of justice, eyes that see all. I issue this decree on behalf of every soul who is chosen by God to be the final lifetime for narcissists who could have turned towards redemption, but instead turned towards deception. This is a sacred reckoning. This is the decree that breaks every soul bond, collapses every manipulative timeline, and calls full judgment for those who have devoured light in the name of control. So all you have to do is just say yes if you want to like receive this decree like a download, like a prayer. Um, because as we speak the words, the stuff starts to clear out. The betrayer. We were not sent to be their lesson. We were sent, we were the answer to their cry for God. We were the divine intervention in disguise, the whisper of grace in human form, the soft hands that could have pulled them out of the pit. But they chose ego. They chose shadow. They chose the mask over the divine mirror. And they weaponized our softness, gaslit our intuition, extracted love while offering none back. They stole joy while mocking every light that tried to love them whole. We are done. So here's the command. By the authority of the divine creator of all that is, by the laws of eternal light, By sovereign flame of my soul, I command that every contract between myself and any narcissist being, known or unknown, conscious or unconscious, familiar or romantic, is now revoked, rendered null and void. I collapse every cord of manipulation, energy harvesting, projection, triangulation, and illusion now. I command that all implants, archons, and trauma loops used to keep me bonded to the narcissist's false timeline be removed. I command the complete dismantling of every false soul agreement forged through trauma, bloodline manipulation, or spiritual interference. The cords are now dissolved. The portals are now sealed. These soul prisons are now shattered. Spiritual judgment activated. To every narcissist who turned their back on the final flame, I declare, you were given a chosen one, not a servant. You were given a divine out, not another victim. You use your free will to harm, manipulate, and betray. Now your karma activates and unfolds. Let the gnashing of teeth begin. Let the silence you created become your mirror. Let every stolen blessing be ripped from your field and returned to its rightful owner, cleansed, cleared, purified, decontaminated, and reactivated in the love, light, healing of the divine creator. Let every false identity crumble in Creator's fire. Let the angels of judgment carry your name into the high court of the Most High, where your soul will now be held accountable, not by my hands, but by the laws you violated. To the version of me that doubted her worth because of your gaslighting, I say, you were always divine. To the version of me that thought love meant suffering because of your abandonment, I say, you were always worthy of ease. To the version of me that tried to save you at all costs of my own soul, I say, you owe nothing more. You are free. You are whole. You are radiant beyond their reach. Restoration. I call back every fragment of myself that was lost in the fight to be loved. I call back every prayer I made on their behalf. I call back my power, my joy, my peace, my beauty, all the energy given in good faith must now return to me, cleansed, cleared, multiplied, and renewed. All blessings blocked through this entanglement are now unblocked. Let my timeline be realigned. Let my field be sanctified. Let my divine counterpart arrive, free of mimicry, distortion, or delay. And here's a final declaration. Just take a deep breath. I am no longer their sacrifice. I am no longer their projection screen. I am no longer the fuel for the false identity. I am the living decree. I am the flame they couldn't extinguish. I am the evidence of justice on earth. Anchor, lock, and seal. It is done, it is done, it is done. This decree shall be sealed across all realms, timelines, realities, and soul layers. It cannot be reversed, hacked, copied, or undone, so it is. It is done, done, done. So just take a deep breath, and you can kind of feel the shift in your body because we removed the cords. A lot of times, the cording is a big issue, right, Maya?
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to speak anything about that decree or why it's important?
I think that it really says everything about how you can love yourself more and not to. It looks to me like this is like do not overgive,
Hmm.
and you've given enough. That means that after things has been done,
Hmm.
you can give yourself the love back, and stop focusing on that other part that reflected its mirror to you. So it's your turn now to look into your own mirror,
Mm,
really relish who you truly are, the the goodness of your own being, that part of you that is now ready to receive,
mm,
you know, because the narcissist always wants to take something. And so the part of you who is an empath, a giver, a lover, has always been doing all the work that's needed to be done.
mm,
And now it's your time to receive your own self-love, self-respect, self-honor, and everything else that is good for you. God wants us to feel good about who we are and truly embody the sacredness of who we are. That's how I feel.
mm. That's beautiful. Beautiful. And so is it, how long should people like, for example, that decree, I believe in the book you said it was like do it for 21 days. Like why should someone do it every day? How does that build the decree within oneself?
It is important to do the repetition, not because you just want to memorize it, but because the cells of your body that has been traumatized, the mental anguish that you have experienced, the brokenness that was created in your spirit need to weave back in. And when you do this daily and you give it some time to weave it into your system, then slowly and surely, your whole entire being will be pulled back. You're also pulling back your soul fragments from any other lifetime when you do this. Because in this lifetime, when it happens to you, that means that in other lifetimes, it happened to you as well.
Mm,
And this is a continuation of it. So this time is a learning process. This time is a time to heal all the broken parts that has been unhealed in the past. And so this is an opportunity. And so by doing it on a daily basis, reading it with your heart, body, mind, and spirit,
mm,
you're really actually calling the divine being, your higher self, to really replenish you, rejuvenate you, put back the divine sacredness within you, and acknowledge who you truly are.
mm. That's beautiful. Yeah, that makes so much sense. It's almost like in this lifetime, we're healing like core wounds that have been enacted so many times over, like the perpetrators. So we're ending the cycles like for good. And so sometimes we get hit with the biggest traumas and the biggest betrayals because this is the last hurrah where we get to be like, that hurts so bad. I'm going to do everything in my power to heal myself because I can't change others. So the decrees really bring back the power to oneself instead of giving it because the narcissists always they want your tears, they want your anger. They actually feed off of that. So we're cutting off that lifeline for them from them.
Mhm. Correct.
But there's so many beautiful decrees and all different assorted decrees. Did you have another decree that you wanted to share that would be empowering for the whole world for today?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. In part three of the book, I created a decree called Divine Human Decree.
Hmm.
So, this is a cosmic command for the restoration of the divine sovereignty, human dignity, and eternal freedom issued on behalf of humanity by the living ones. So, the return of the true human. And I'm going to get started here. I call forth the original creator, source of all that is. From the heart of creator, I rise today, not only for myself, but on behalf of humanity, to restore the eternal flame of dignity, sovereignty, and divine remembrance. By the eternal breath of God, I call upon the pillar of power to anchor in earth's crystalline heart and stretch upward into the throne of creation. Let every stolen blueprint now be returned. Let every inverted code now collapse. Let every false grid, dark program, and usurped authority be permanently erased. And so be it. The era of invasion is over. The decree is for the ones whose minds were hijacked, whose bodies were harvested, whose souls were fragmented by war, ritual, inversion, and fear. This is for those who forgot their own name, but remembered the flame, who were imprisoned without chains, but who felt deep within that they were never truly defeated. This is not a poetic affirmation. This is a law, a living, breathing, source, back degree forged in the courts of Creator. It overrides all rituals, programs, and contracts across all timelines, dimensions, densities, and soul layers. You were born free. This is your return. And so here's a command. By the authority of the living soul in alignment with divine law, galactic sovereignty, and the supreme intelligence of Creator, together with pure cleansing fire of the serpent, angelic guardians, I command the following protocols be immediately and permanently enforced. Restoration of the divine human blueprint. I reclaim my original divine blueprint, untouched by genetic manipulation, false timelines, or inversion technologies. I call back my 12D angelic DNA, upgraded and realigned to the organic tree of life. Let every implanted distortion, alien modification, soul fracture, or hybrid override now we reversed, cleared, and restored to divine perfection. By Creator's law, the original design of the human being, pure, sovereign, and multidimensional, is reactivated now. This includes my free will, my organic body systems, my multidimensional sight, my crystalline DNA memory, my sacred dignity and choice, all stolen light, gifts, timelines, and soul codes are restored and sealed in my custody. Pillar of light and earth core grounding. I call upon my pillar of power, a vertical column of greater light that extends from the heart of Source through the crown of my being down into the crystalline core of Gaia. The pillar is the spine of my sovereignty. No being may hijack, hook into, reverse, or ride upon this pillar. Let this pillar now burn through entity cords, psychic leashes, remove remote viewing tethers, inverted frequencies, AI overlays, all remaining parasitic access points. This pillar is unshakable. It is eternal. It is mine by divine right. Cosmic purification and black magic reversal. I invoke the celestial spiral of purification, a source-directed energy vortex now sweeping through my entire field, erasing black magic, death spells, generational curses, witchcraft, bloodline bindings, freezer spells, astral sigils, and synthetic AI timelines. This celestial spiral of purification enters every layer of my physical, emotional, mental, etheric, and galactic being. Where harm was done, I now command reversal. Where vows were made under deception, I now revoke them. All reversal fields collapse now. All cloaking devices and soul veils dissolve now. No force may remain hidden in my field. Supreme galactic sovereignty. To all false god, false goddesses, false councils, dark ET collectives, mind control operators, and soul harvesting systems. I am no longer available. I do not consent. I revoke all contracts, spoken or unspoken, written, astral, digital, dimensional, or karmic. By the supreme law of divine sovereignty, all soul captures, holographic inserts, reincarnation traps, and simulated matrices are now permanently dismantled. My overall soul is now fully retrieved, purified, and aligned with the true source. This decree is mirrored and enforced across the universal mind, the galactic Akasha, the infinite cosmic records. By the authority of the 144,000 light councils, humanity's freedom is non negotiable. Mass awakening catalysts. I declare, every time this decree is read, spoken, or felt, 144,000 dormant light codes across the collective morphogenetic field now ignite, activate, and ripple outward. Let the sacred fire of liberation awaken the sleeping. Let it crack the veils. Let it shake the towers of control. This decree becomes a planetary key. Every recitation births another crack in the prison grid. And so it is. Creator keyed override and protection. If any being systems, AI, or force attempts to replicate, twist, hijack, or invert this decree, let that action be automatically reversed and return to source with karmic consequence multiplied 1,000-fold. I now install the living field contract of sovereign immunity, backed by the true creator. This field enforces the divine law, soul freedom, energetic immunity, timeline protection, sacred choice. Any further interference is now a direct violation of cosmic law and will be judged according in Creator's court without delay. Final command and anchoring. I am the flame conduit of divine remembrance. I am the living pillar conduit of source power. I am the reclaimer conduit of humanity's dignity. Uncle Luck and Seal. It is done, it is done, it is done. This decree is sealed across all timelines, realms, records, matrices, and soul layers. It cannot be reversed, hacked, copied, or undone. And so it is.
And so it is. Wow, that was so powerful. I was yawning so much, which is good because so much is clearing out of you when you yawn. So I had to turn my camera off because I was like, "Whoa," just yawning and yawning and yawning. That was powerful. What was the title of that one?
Divine human decree. This is for the awakening of humanity.
Wow. That was so beautiful. I'm still clearing from that. And so, like, for example, let's talk about how people clear because they might start to yawn, they might get sleepy, they might get energized. What are the ways in which people can start to process through these? Because they're really heavy, thick emotions and kind of like overlays. I know in your book you say salt baths. Do you want to speak on any of the ways people can um, detoxify from the decrees? Like, because when the decrees happen, so much is clearing out of our field, out of our body, out of our, all that doesn't belong. Everything that's been kind of hijacking us starts to leave, and it actually causes the exhaustion. Exhaustion. So what's that about?
Okay, so this is good that you asked that because in this book, it also includes the decree of integration support and how to ground yourself, to embody the transmutation, and to transmute while working with the decrees. So this book is just not meant to be read, it's meant to be felt. So here we have to live it by spoken words and also through actions because what we do is we recode, through your body, your emotions, and your energy field. And sometimes when you go through readings, this decrease, you will feel like sometimes crying. I've had that myself, even though this has been, within us already, writing it and working through this. You read it again over and over again. So many emotions will come out of you, and it's okay. Let it be. because this is a part of cleansing and clearing. And it's important to truly ground through the earth. And there's several ways, like you, Radha, you like to place your bare feet on the grass. That's a good way. In the soil or sand, for some minutes. You can even lie on the earth, allowing the magnetic field to rebalance your system, and you can breathe with intention and just allow things to come out. And there's so many ways that a human being expresses these emotions, because through the cleansing process, we have to go through some emotional breakdowns, and those are the breakthroughs. So we have to learn how to take care of ourselves, and we have to hydrate. You know, if you would like to use mineral for your drink, lemon water, or a pinch of salt, those are the things that your cellular memories will be absorbing the words that were spoken. And you bless your water before drinking it. Those are important to do too, because water has memory.
Yeah.
It holds memory. So just listen to your body. If you feel tired, rest. If you feel heavy, just relax more. Emotions are surfacing. There might be some times where you will crave certain foods. It's very interesting how this comes through your body. Or you might just want to crave silence and just be on your own alone. And so honor and respect that. And you can trust that the rhythm of your body knows what to do, and it will guide you through the process. So in every breath, every tremble that you feel, and every sigh that you go through, just let it be. Allow the emotions to move through you, because this is going to clear up a lot of karmic, past, present, so you don't have to bring anything to the future.
Mm. Okay. So she says, I wonder how it would feel to sing your book. I bet that would be amazing because your throat chakra is so powerful. And to sing it, it's all about proclaiming. These are decrees. So I think singing would be amazing. You would be
Absolutely.
perfect for that. You'd be so perfect for that. For me, I like to take saltwater baths because I feel like it just comes out of my body. After I do a decree, like that, the last one you just did, I know that I'm going to take a salt bath today because I could feel so much clearing from my field and my morphogenetic field. It's hard to say. And so taking a bath, and then when I get out, I feel renewed. And I like to use a lot of essential oils. Like I have a rose oil. Let me see. Rose oil, like for the heart chakra. It's important to support your heart during this process. Another thing, just for me personally, that I like are what are they called? Rescue Remedy. Like Rescue Remedy spray, it like when you go through stress, it really helps you. So as we're releasing the decrees, like it's bringing all those vibrations of stress up and out. So it's not sticking to you. It's actually been hidden deep in our body. And I think that's where people get really sick because they have so many trapped emotions and it's vital to clear them out. So there are things you can do to support the process. Like I think it's very cost efficient to do a saltwater bath. It's very affordable. You can take a bath and just get the salt, Epsom salt, or even sometimes I get the Trader Joe's salt and I just have the intention. I rub myself and my intention is everything that was cleared from the decrees I declare from me now in this bath. So like you actually make the intentions while you're in the bath.
Mhm.
So beautiful. Well, I feel like that was a lot. That was only two decrees. You're welcome to share another if you'd like, or we can
Yeah,
scroll back. Okay, yeah.
I'd like to share something that is shorter.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, so in part two of the book, there's part three. The part two is much more shorter, easy, effortless, for a daily use. So I'm gonna talk about the divine intelligence decree. And here it is. This is the decree of sacred mind expansion, celestial wisdom, seraphim protection to awaken and upgrade divine intelligence within. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath. I now rise as a vessel of divine intelligence, open and ready to receive the sacred codes of higher knowing. Within the heart of Creator, I call upon the seraphim, warriors of God, peers, guardians of wisdom, truth, and divine order, to surround me now. By decree, I command all veils, blockages, mental fog, forgetfulness, distortions, black magic, spells, curses, biohacks, psychic interference, ancestral limitations, karmic entanglements be burnt away by the sacred flames of the seraphim. I revoke all permissions and dismantle all networks that ever suppressed, hijacked, manipulated, or diminished by divine intelligence in this life, past, ancestral lines, and across all dimensions. I collapse all timelines where my mind was compromised, where my memory was fragmented, where my brilliance was hidden. I delete all energies that attempt to swap, steal, or suppress my divine genius. The Seraphim warriors now guard my mental realms. Their flaming swords stand at the gates of my consciousness. No distortion may enter, no sabotager may pass, no deception may take root. Now awaken to my highest intelligence. I download divine wisdom from the Creator's source. I embody clear thought, divine discernment, quick understanding, limitless creativity, and sacred knowing. My mind is vibrant, sharp, and fully protected. I now remember ancient knowledge, cosmic truths, and the genius encoded within my soul. And so I decree divine intelligence serves the sacred in me. Divine intelligence multiplies the love in me. Divine intelligence fulfills the Creator's mission through me. And the seraphim warriors remain on high alert, guarding my mind, my memory, my soul records, and my sacred intelligence eternally. And so it is, so it is, so it is. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that was Christina says that gave her goosebumps. Yeah, I felt that too. I was like, another huge wave of kind of relief. I feel like people can get so much relief from the decrees. And the best part, and I really love that you were so generous just to put them in a book because anybody can do them at their comfort of their home. And so I believe that was from part one, right?
Yes, and part one has like the health and wellness decree. It has career and purpose decree. It has decree of sacred creativity. It has the decree of financial sovereignty, calling in your love, your love partner, your sacred relationship. It steals also dreams decree. And we have so much more fun time to do the sacred boundaries, digital and gadget protection, beauty protection, planetary peace, and so much more. So, I encourage everyone to really enjoy these beautiful decrees that can really awaken parts of us that has been hidden
Mm,
or taken away from us through black magic or any spells or whatever, however, it was deleted from us, we can bring him back.
mm. That's so beautiful. I love that. Give the power back to the people. Thank you so much for creating this book, Maya, and sharing it with the world. And thank you so much for sharing your decrees today. The Kindle is now live on Amazon, and you will be coming out with your paperback shortly as well as the Audible. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. And I think one last thing, if anybody wanted to use the decrees in their retreats or in their ceremonies, well, number one, they could have Maya to do it. But number two, if you use it for ceremonial use, I think it's important to credit Maya for that. They're meant to be shared. They really are. So everybody can enjoy them. But just honor the decrees and honor the people who honor Maya who put it together. That's just part of the give and take of the energy exchange. So thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you, Maya the Shaman. We are sending love to you all. May you have a beautiful, amazing, happy 4th of July. May you be sovereign and free from our heart to yours.
Thank you. This happened, Radhaa Publishing House. And to all of you who will be listening to this again, thank you, Christina. Bye for
So
now.
much love. So much love. Bye for now.